Most people only describe Thea Moear as the ex-girlfriend of Klaas Bruinsma, but that title is too small for who she really was. She wasn't just someone standing beside a crime boss. She was a woman who understood the structure of the underworld better than many men who grew up in it. Her intelligence, calmness, and loyalty made her an important figure, even if she didn't always want that role. Thea saw everything, remembered everything, and knew exactly how to survive in a world filled with betrayal, greed, and violence. Thea met Bruinsma long before people knew his name across Europe. Back then, he was still rising, still studying the underworld, still shaping himself into a leader. Their meeting wasn't dramatic. It was simple, quiet, almost ordinary. But it changed both their lives. Thea recognized ambition in him, and Bruinsma recognized strength in her. From that moment, their destinies became connected in ways neither of them understood at the time. Bruinsma was surrounded by flashy women, but Thea stood out for one reason. She wasn't impressed by his lifestyle. She didn't rush for his money, attention, or titles. When she spoke directly. When she listened deeply. This confidence, calm, firm, and genuine, captured Bruinsma in a way no one expected. He realized quickly that Thea wasn't temporary. She was a woman who could stand beside him, not behind him. Their early relationship wasn't violent or chaotic. It was peaceful. They spent quiet evenings talking about dreams, fears, and the future. At this time, Bruinsma still had the heart of a young man searching for purpose. Thea appreciated the softer side of him, a side the world would later never see. These early days built the emotional foundation that kept them connected, even after everything turned dark. At first, Thea didn't fully understand the world Bruinsma was entering. She saw meetings, unknown visitors, late-night phone calls. But slowly, the truth started revealing itself. She realized Bruinsma wasn't just hustling. He was building an empire. Instead of running away, she opened her eyes wider. Observation became her greatest skill. Bruinsma had a fiery personality. Quick decisions, bold moves, risky operations. Thea was the opposite. Slow, steady, calculating. Whenever he became too emotional or too impulsive, she grounded him. Many insiders later said Thea's influence prevented multiple conflicts and guided Bruinsma through several crucial choices. She became his balance. Unlike many criminal partners who acted loud and aggressive to show power, Thea didn't force respect. She earned it. She didn't gossip. She didn't overstep. She didn't pretend to be part of the operations. But she was observant, calm, and always in control of her emotions. Criminals hate unpredictability. Thea was the opposite. That made them trust her. The criminal world is built on silence, and Thea mastered it. She never asked unnecessary questions. She never repeated what she heard. She never tried to fit in. Her silence made her dangerous in the eyes of some and highly valuable in the eyes of others. She became a vault of knowledge, holding details of meetings, deals, alliances, betrayals, and conflicts. There comes a moment when someone involved with a crime boss understands they are too deep to escape. For Thea, that moment arrived when she witnessed a violent confrontation between rivals. She realized the world she had stepped into was not temporary. It was permanent. Leaving would not be easy. Staying would not be safe. But she accepted it with strong will. Thea wasn't a fighter. She didn't carry weapons, but she protected herself through intelligence. She avoided dangerous conversations, stayed far from hotspots, and observed silently. She positioned herself as someone who knew much but revealed nothing. That made people cautious around her, and respectful. Thea quickly learned that power in the underworld is not about guns or muscles. It's about influence and information. She understood which men were loyal, which were weak, which were ambitious, and which were dangerous. Her ability to read people became one of her strongest strengths. As Bruinsma rose to become one of the most powerful figures in Dutch organized crime, Thea witnessed every step. The money grew, the risks grew, the enemies multiplied, the pressure increased, and through it all she remained by his side, watching him transform into a feared leader. Their life became more complex. Meetings across borders, warehouses, secret apartments, coded phone calls, and trusted men watching every corner. Thea learned to navigate this environment with quiet confidence. She understood when to step forward and when to fade into the background. During heated arguments, business tensions, or betrayal fears, Bruinsma often relied on Thea's calm perspective. She reminded him to analyze, not react. To think, not explode. Many insiders later admitted that Thea helped prevent multiple wars inside the organization. Loving someone deeply involved in crime meant sleepless nights, uncertainty, and constant fear. But Thea carried that weight with incredible strength. She didn't panic easily. She didn't break down. She accepted the reality with maturity. Most men in the Amsterdam underworld saw Thea as just a girlfriend. They didn't know she listened more than she spoke. She collected information like gold, and she planned every move with cold patience. While other women stayed away from gang meetings, Thea sat quietly in the corner, learning how the empire worked. Who transported the drugs? Who laundered the money? Who betrayed who? She became a living database of the Dutch underworld. She helped run hidden ledgers for Bruinsma. She kept 2 sets of books, one honest enough to fool investigators, and one filled with the real profits, hidden in coded entries. Her work made it almost impossible for police to trace the money. One of her roles was connecting Bruinsma's crew to Suriname traffickers. She fixed communication lines, helped arrange drop-off points, and made sure shipments arrived undetected. This tied her directly to international drug trafficking. She created fake companies, cleaning businesses, boutique shops, a small shipping agent, all used to wash millions of guilders from cocaine deals. Her paperwork looked so normal that even banks approved everything. Amsterdam's clubs paid security fees, some willingly, some out of fear. Thea collected these payments, turning the nightlife into a steady income stream for Bruinsma. Thea had a signature method: a calm warning first, a second warning with smashed bottles, a third warning with broken doors. After that, nobody refused again. This tied her to extortion and intimidation. Thea maintained contacts in law enforcement. She passed envelopes, shared coded messages, and requested special favors. Some officers warned her of raids days before they happened. Criminals came to her for secrets. She knew who would be raided next, which gang planned an attack, and which shipment was compromised. She sold information like diamonds. When Bruinsma's gang needed guns, Thea organized the acquisition. She arranged deliveries from Belgium and Germany, stored weapons in safe houses, and distributed them to trusted soldiers. This tied her to illegal arms trafficking. These were cars used only for collecting cash. Drivers never spoke. They simply picked up bags and dropped them at warehouses or nightclubs. Thea coordinated the entire system. If a rival gang member disrespected Bruinsma, Thea sent a warning message. If they ignored it, she arranged a street lesson. Several men ended up with broken ribs because of her orders. Thea helped hide secret labs used to process cocaine. She found old warehouses, paid the owners in cash, and made sure neighbors never asked questions. Her involvement tied her to drug production operations. She never pulled a trigger, but she arranged meetings, sent addresses, and selected the perfect time for attacks. Her fingerprints were not on the guns, but her decisions determined who lived and who died. Bruinsma used Yugoslav killers for difficult jobs. Thea was the one who contacted them, negotiated payments, and confirmed targets. She managed assassins like a business. For the first time, she made decisions without Bruinsma's approval. She threatened rivals, made deals, and collected debts. Whispers started. Is she running her own crew? She stored millions in Belgium, Luxembourg, Spain, and Curaçao. She built her own financial safety net in case Bruinsma ever fell or turned on her. Thea kept documents on corrupt police, politicians, and top criminals. One envelope could destroy a man's career. She knew exactly when to use them. She arranged attacks using men who never met her. No trace, no evidence. Only rumors saying, Thea must be behind it. A trafficker named Ramon refused to pay his share. Thea told him the meeting was safe. It wasn't. 2 gunmen arrived. Ramon disappeared forever. Thea never blinked. She used relationships strategically, not emotionally. One affair gave her access to drug routes. Another gave her access to weapons. She used every connection like a chess move. She bribed dock workers to look away during container inspections. This let tons of cocaine pass through Dutch ports undetected. Drugs were hidden in fuel tanks, engine rooms, and secret compartments. She helped coordinate these yacht shipments to avoid suspicion from customs. She used trusted couriers to move money in cash bundles across the border into Germany, where stricter laws made tracing harder. When a crime scene needed to be cleaned, Thea organized it. Gloves, bleach, burned clothes, destroyed phones. She erased evidence like a professional. Thea had connections in Belgium who created perfect identity papers. Criminals paid her double the market price because her documents never failed. She had indirect ties to some of the men from the Heineken case. She wasn't part of the kidnapping, but she facilitated safe houses and helped hide people when police hunted them. She used small groups of violent men to punish debtors. Some came back with bruises, some came back on stretchers, some didn't come back at all. She played rivals against each other. She offered information to one group and loyalty to another. Everyone trusted her, even when they shouldn't. She helped buy land in the South where synthetic drugs were produced. Her fingerprints were everywhere in the logistics. She recorded conversations with criminals and partners. This protected her, and also gave her leverage if anyone turned against her. When a hit was planned against him, Thea got the information first. She changed his route. The attackers missed him. Bruinsma survived because of her. After saving him, she still prepared for life without him. She continued building her own network. Slowly, quietly, secretly. On the streets of Amsterdam, her powerful lover was killed. The empire collapsed instantly. But Thea did not run. She watched everything fall with silent eyes. Every criminal wanted a piece of the fallen empire. Shootings, disappearances, revenge killings. Thea moved through the chaos untouched. Everyone came to her asking, "What did Bruinsma hide?" She answered nothing. But she knew everything. Authorities believed she knew too much. They interrogated her repeatedly. But she stayed calm, gave nothing away, and walked out untouched. After Bruinsma's death, she joined forces with younger gangsters. They respected her knowledge and feared her reputation. She relocated for several months to help coordinate cocaine shipments via Spain and Portugal. Her influence spread beyond the Netherlands. She lived for years without leaving digital traces. No social security, no bank cards, only cash, only safe houses. They discovered she wasn't just an ex-girlfriend. She was a key architect in financial operations, drug networks, and violent enforcement. Some criminals claimed she fled the country. Others said she was still around, watching, listening, influencing. Many rising drug lords used her methods: secret bookkeeping, intimidation cycles, independent information networks, whispers, hints, coded references, but never direct evidence. She remained untouchable. A reporter dug into her past. Days later, his notes went missing. He dropped the story. Nobody asked why. Millions unaccounted for. Stored in foreign accounts, hidden in real estate. She secured her future long before anyone suspected. A money laundering network in Belgium that transferred millions weekly. Police raided it. Everyone was arrested. Except Thea. She vanished the night before. Not because she's violent, but because she knows secrets that could destroy powerful people. Several Dutch gangs crumbled right after she withdrew from them. Her absence was more dangerous than her presence. She survived a world where most men died young. She didn't use guns, she used intelligence, literally. She knew burial sites, hidden graves, and the men responsible. She trusted nobody. Everyone was a tool. Everyone was temporary. She lived under different names, different apartments, different countries. A ghost with a pulse. Her involvement was deep, but always indirect. No fingerprints, no recordings, no witnesses, only rumors and fear. Ask any old criminal in Amsterdam, and they'll say the same thing. Never underestimate a quiet woman, especially one like Thea Moear. She kept apartments rented under false identities, filled with cash, phones, documents, and escape plans. She whispered a lie to one gang, a different lie to another, and watched them tear each other apart. A massive shipment disappeared. Police thought it was intercepted, but insiders whispered that Thea redirected it and kept the money. A rival woman in the underworld tried to expose her. Weeks later, that rival disappeared in Spain. Nobody found the body. Rumors say she had a child abroad to hide from the chaos. Nobody knows if it's true. But if yes, she protected that child at all costs. Before she slipped into invisibility, she sold information that destroyed a major Dutch drug ring. People died because of it. She didn't care. Every man who underestimated her ended up dead, jailed, or disappeared. She survived them all. Even now, criminals believe she could appear at any moment and shift the balance of power with one whispered secret. She never held a gun, never joined a gang formally, but her influence shaped the entire Dutch underworld for more than a decade. A strategist, a manipulator, a survivor, Thea Moear, the woman whose mind was deadlier than any bullet.